Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Mr. 4K. So, I have spent close to 19 hours um, playing Starfield. 12 hours yesterday, and then an additional 7 hours the other day. So, it's total of 19 hours of gameplay. Now, 19 hours for some games that might be something, but for Starfield, 19 hours, it's to say scratching a surface, it's an understatement. So I don't even know if I can call this review. It's impossible to review this game. So this is not a review. So if you are looking for a review, this is not a review. But this basically is a more of a feedback, and that's what I'm gonna write on the titles. This is a feedback of Starfield so far. So, how do you describe Starfield? What is Starfield? Well, in a nutshell, Starfield it's a open sandbox in the universe. And there's so many star systems, there's so many planets to explore, there's so many different organizations and different things you can do on this juggernaut of a universe and all these planets and moons that to explore, to build the bases, to do different jobs, to recruit different people. I mean, you could spend easily 500 hours on this game and still you're not going to be scratching the surface. So we are on the Mars right now. This is a main quest, main mission that we need to do here. Um, in terms of a gameplay, I have to say that I like the gameplay. I like uh, the way the gun handles, the way the third person and the first person perspective handles. These are the things that I like. Um, Hold on a second. Just let me check it here something really quick. There's a first person mode right here. I like how you can quickly switch between a first person and a third person mode. Now, the one thing that a lot of people are complaining about is the your selection of the inventory. In majority of the games, you just click the D-pad button. You can
We'll be lucky if we put.
quickly hold on. You can quickly access the uh, the gun and other things. Here, I've been trying to put my stuff in the from the inventory into my pouch. You've seen that pouch, the cross pouch, but I don't know how to do that. I've been trying to figure out how to do that. This is your inventory. So the user interface, it's a bit tricky. Uh, a lot of people seem to have a issue with the user interface. They could have done a little bit more simpler job of accessing what you need to access. Uh, every single time you have to press pause to go to inventory to select and check mark and like to turn, like for example, like your spacesuit. Why can't I select my spacesuits to be automatically selected when I go into a planet that has a very thin atmosphere and there's barely any oxygen there? Why can't I have like my suit automatically switched on? Like certain things like that would have been nice. I mean, is this like a deal breaker? It's not a deal breaker. It's just kind of annoying that you constantly have to do this. Select your packs, select your suit, select your weapon, etc., etc. It's just kind of like if you're like in the middle of an action, right, and you fighting the enemy, okay, and then you have to select a weapon you will come across this issue where you have to pause and select your weapon. That might be a downer to some of you. Uh, I'm speaking generally. I mean, for me personally, it's not a deal breaker, but it's just kind of annoying. Like, remember, I'm giving you feedback here, and that's what this is. I'm not trying to be negative about this game. It's just certain things will be positive and certain things will be negative, depending on how I feel. This is not so much negative. It's just like I hopefully that developers can look at this and fix this and maybe give us an option where we don't have to pause and constantly go to our inventory, right? Um, Another problem is when you go to your spaceship. Let's say I want to do a fast travel to my spaceship. Um, Actually, hold on. Wow, I didn't know that. Back to the surface map. Like, when you want to go to when you go to your spaceship, right? And you want to travel to another planet. When you get to the planet, you can't like fly into the planet. You know, to go through the atmosphere, to check the planet, to cruise around the planet. I thought this game was supposed to be exploration of the planets where you can just cruise around and land anywhere you want to land, check anything you want to check, walk around. And you can't do that freely like with your spaceship. On a Star Citizen, you can actually do that. So Star Citizen right there, if you guys never played Star Citizen, Star Citizen to me gets a plus there. Here, that's not the case. Here, you click on the planet and then you have to circle around it. Like here, for example, like you click on the planet and you have to circle around it, and then you select where you want to go. And to me, okay, again, fine, you know. But I want to be able to go inside with my ship and fly around with my ship and check the scenery, right? I want to be able to do that. So that's something that they could have done a little bit differently. But again, not a deal breaker. Okay, all of this that I'm telling you right now, I don't want to repeat myself like a broken record. It's not a deal breaker. It's just a feedback that maybe in the future Todd Howard and the team Bethesda can maybe give us that option where we can, with a new update, where we can fly around. Remember something, this game will be developed throughout coming months, updated. We might have different options available where we are able to fly with our ship manually and enter the planet manually and land wherever we want to land, use our rovers wherever we want to use our rovers, build whatever we want to build if we have the resources anywhere on the planet. I think these things will be addressed and fixed in a future, but for right now, that's not the case. For right now, you have to select like this. Now, however, you can land anywhere you want to land on this planet, anywhere here. But you have to do it like this. You have to select like this. If I want to go to the dark side, I can do that. It's just you can't like do it manually with your spaceship. Like I would like to do it manually with my spaceship. I would like to go through the atmosphere, through the clouds, and then fly around and cruise around the planet and then find an interesting spot and land. That's what I'm talking about. At the moment, you cannot do that. You have to do it like this. So there's that. Now, as you can see how big the star system is, man, it is huge. These are all galaxies, man. And I'm not even scratching the surface here. There's so many galaxies here to explore. And within these galaxies, there's so many planets and so many moons for you to explore. To explore each planet and to explore each moon, man, it takes a while. Uh, Especially if there's like a hidden caves and certain things, uh, animal life and fauna and other things for you to explore. So there's a lot of stuff here to do. You know what I mean? And then of course you got each planet has its own outpost, its own uh, people living there, and they all have their own set of rules, right? And doing those missions for the people that live there on those certain planets and certain moons, getting to know those people there, buying an apartment there, buying a house, building something there, doing a job there, joining a certain agencies. Dude, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I mean, this is like a living, breathing universe for you to explore. Besides the main quest. Now, the main quest is pretty straightforward. You meet with this chick called Sarah Morgan. You are a miner. When I say miner, I don't mean like something else. What I mean is you worked on the mine. In the beginning of the game, you get picked up by this guy Barrett because you touched this artifact as you were digging in the mines. You were digging something, and while you were digging in the mines, you came across this artifact, and you touched this artifact, and you had a vision. Something happened to you, and the artifact only has reacted to you. It never reacted to anybody else. Anybody else, they were fine when they touch it, nothing happened to them. But with you, when you touch the artifact, something has happened to you, and there's a mystery between that. This artifact, this monolith, almost like a 2001 Space Odyssey. And now Sarah Morgan, she was part of the UC, which is United Colonies, but now she's an independent scientific researcher. That's part of the constellation, Free Star constellation, and her goal is to explore. And she's traveling with you because she wants to find out what's so special about you and this artifact. You know, what's the connection between you and this artifact. So that's pretty much what the main story is. The main story is pretty intriguing, um, because I want to know too what the secret is, why this artifact it's only responding to him, and that's the mystery. You know, so that's the main story of the game. Um, there were some bugs. Here's the part where I have to give a little bit of a negativity. Um, like yesterday, I was doing my live stream for 12 hours, and within that live stream, uh, there were some bugs on a specific level called the key, where you go in as undercover to infiltrate these pirates and become friends with these pirates called Crimson Crimson Fleet or something like that. And um, when you go inside this key space station, uh, there's a bug, a very annoying bug, and it still hasn't been fixed. And I think you guys will encounter this bug once you get to that, when you get to that level, when you get to that part. Depending on how you play, you know, everyone will have a different experience depending on how they play. I happen to be working undercover for UCSIS defense system, uh, and and they used me as a undercover agent to go in there to infiltrate these pirates. And there's the bug on that. Actually, I can tell you which star system. It is right here. I can tell you actually exactly which star system. I'll tell you right now. It's on this star system right here. Hold on a second. I'll tell you in a minute. This is the star system. It's called Crix. Crix is the star system. It's right here called Crix. And when you go to the star system, that's the Crimson Fleet. And when you go there and you go to the space station, there's that bug. And that bug, it's on that live stream. Maybe I can do a timestamp so you guys can see the bug for yourself. It's something that really kind of disrupts the experience. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Look, I understand it's such a huge game. It's impossible for these developers to be able to fix every and each galaxy, to check every and each galaxy and what the bug might be in there. But that's why you do open beta. This is what I was talking about. This is the reason why you do open beta. So that way, because you don't have enough people to test everything, to test every and each galaxy, this is why you should have open beta months and months in advance. So that way you can have us tell you about this problem. If I was part of the open beta, right? If they had an open beta, right? Quote marks in the air. I would be able to tell them, hey, when you go to the Crix star system, and when you go to this this Crimson Space Station key place, there's a bug there, and you guys need to address that bug. I guarantee you they don't even know that there's a bug there. I guarantee you Todd Howard team doesn't even know unless you guys share the video or unless you share this video. That's why you should always share the video, man. It's to let developers know, hey, there's this guy, Mr. 4K. He encountered this bug. Okay, that's the whole point of sharing the video. If you don't share the video, no one's gonna find the video, or they're gonna find the video maybe, I don't know, 5 years from now. But 5 years from now, they're gonna fix the problem. So that's why you need to share the video. But it also helps me, I mean, if you like what I do, this is a common sense, if you like what I do, you should share the video. If you don't like what I do, well then, I don't even know why you're watching this. That's just a common sense. So, if you check my live stream from yesterday, I'll put a timestamp, and on that timestamp, developers can go down, click on the description or a comment. I'm gonna pin the comment, and you'll be able to see that level where this bug happened. Now, I don't want to be too hard on developers and Todd Howard team, because I understand this is a huge undertaking. This is a huge game, and again, it's impossible to check every single star system to make sure everything's smooth. This is why nobody can review this game. This is why I don't know why IGN was reviewing and it gave it 7. You can't review this game at this time. Maybe next year in April, maybe you can give it a proper, fair review. But even then, you're still not scratching a surface. Due to the size of this game. And everyone will have a different experience depending on how they play it. Okay? So, but in general, how I feel about this game. I like it, dude. Listen, man, I love the exploration aspect of it. And again, I'm speaking subjectively, because I love exploration. I love space. I love, science fiction, space travel. 2001 Space Odyssey is one of my favorite movies. ever. So um, for me, yes, I mean, this is right up my alley, man. I love this. I enjoy the heck out of space travel type games. Mass Effect, I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect. So, me personally, I mean, I don't want to give it any score right now because I'm not doing a review. Uh, and I don't want to really put any numbers because it's too immature for me to put any numbers right now. Uh, we'll have to wait till next year to see what the new updates are, development, what new features they have, because there's so much you can do in this game. You can build the base here if you have enough material and have your own base on Mars, call it your own. Uh, you can hire the crew to work on that base. You could be the boss. You can also hire the crew on your spaceship, depending on how big your spaceship is. You can have a security chief. You could have a maintenance chief. You could have, dude, whatever, robots, things in there. Uh, Maybe you'll become a lover, have a relationship with somebody. You can have your own apartments on the different planets and the different cities. You could be a deputy. I became a deputy in one of the towns, you know. Um, so, dude, there's so much here. And this is why it is difficult to review this game in its current state, because 19 hours, it's an understatement to say that I'm scratching the surface, you know. And when I say in its current state, I mean, like, dude, there's so much here that I haven't explored. There's so much here that I haven't done. There's so much of features they're gonna add throughout the months and years they're gonna add with this game, especially with the modding on the PC. You different mods and different things. I mean, the multiplayer, when they add the multiplayer and you play with other people, visit other people's planets. I mean, other people's outposts on the planets. Dude, it's just gonna be crazy, you know. So, but the feedback is good, and I think everyone should be excited about that. Feedback is good. It's not a negative feedback. It's a good feedback, and that should make it, all of you who are skeptical or hesitant, don't worry. The feedback is good, and you should definitely get the Game Pass because of this. Dude, you're gonna be playing this for a long time. So I want to end the video by saying this. This is like a Skyrim in space, but the only difference is it's done in a different fashion, in a different way, because we're dealing with a space travel, vast of infinite of galaxies out there. So go pick this game up and try it out for yourself. That's what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend for you guys, to go ahead and get the Game Pass, try it out, and see for yourself, because that's the only way that you're gonna truly know what this game is all about. You know, it is hard to talk about it. It's better if you just experience it. This is something you have to experience. Starfield, it's something you have to experience. There's certain moments that happen in this game, at least to me. When you go to certain planets, you bump into these individuals, these NPCs, and there's like this one woman I bump into in the game. It's on the live stream. Maybe I'll put a timestamp on that too. She had this pet, this blind pet, and it was such a wonderful, warm, heartwarming experience about this individual. There was something about her face, about her eyes, about this woman that came in with this ship, by her, well, not by herself with this pet, her alone with her pet. She's like a merchant. She's selling some stuff, but a good, decent merchant. It was such a lovely experience. It was like a love at first sight. It's moments like those that happens in the game. Like the more you put into this game, the more you get back, and it's very rewarding. So the best way to explain Starfield, it's an experience, and it all depends on how you play. You know, Doctor Disrespect will have a different experience depending on how he plays. I will have a different experience depending on how I play. You will have a different experience depending on how you play. So everyone will have a different experience, and you'll have those moments like I did in the game. So I can't review, but I can give you feedback, and the feedback is good. Minor those bugs that I encountered. The bugs are there, here and there, on certain planets and certain outposts. The bugs are there, but that's to be expected with such a huge juggernaut of the game. That's something that I expect to happen. So this is why I think it's immature for IGN to be reviewing this game, or for anybody to be reviewing this game, because you can't review it. What you can do is give it your feedback. Here's my feedback so far. I am 20 hours into the game, so here's my feedback, and that's honestly all you can do at the moment. I hope this helps you. I hope this gives you some idea about Starfield, and you can catch me on a live stream to check out my my other live stream of this game. Thank you guys for watching.